What's good, you guys? We're back again with another video, and this is a reaction to game one. The game is still on. It's like what, 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. They're down by 13 the Heat, but I just wanted to come in and make a video just to get it out the way because I know they're not going to come back. At least I hope not. They have been the fourth quarter comeback boys this whole playoffs. But I just want to talk about what I've seen the first three quarters, because the first three quarters are telling. And if the first three quarters are like the series going to be, it's going to be a series of 4 games. Now, I can say that because I never really put a real prediction on it. I just said the Nuggets are going to win. But for you guys that had it in 4 or 5 or 7 or 6, stick to that. Don't just hop off and just say, oh yeah, it might be a sweep up on one game. I'm only saying that because I didn't really choose in any games. I just said the Nuggets was going to win. But like, if you thought it was going to be a 6-game, 7-game series, stick to that. Don't overreact, because I'm not really going to overreact in this. I'm just going to tell y'all what I've seen. So to start off, I just want to point out a couple of my X factors yesterday. Aaron Gordon came out hot on both sides, especially on offense. They don't really have a matchup for him, especially when Jimmy wants to double off and help on Jokic. They don't have a matchup for him. It was a lot of times he got switches on the Gabe Vincent, Max Strus, and Caleb Martin, and those guys are just too small. But then on defense, he did a really good job of being physical with Jimmy Butler and kind of bumped him off his spots. And then he really couldn't get to his spots. Now, Bam Adebayo, first 3 quarters. Oh, they're down by 10. First 3 quarters, second best player on the third best player on the court. He was playing better than Jamal Murray, I would say. He was just dominant. Like I said, if he just be aggressive, he can be really good this series, because yes, Jokic to me is a decent or a good defender, but Bam is just too athletic and too quick, and he can get to his spots. He's real springy. He can get his rebounds. If he gets to his mid-range shot, he can hit those mid-range shots. Just on defense, he can't fuck with Jokic. And that's not even a fault to him, because nobody can. Even AD tried and he couldn't. Nobody can really fuck with Jokic. But on offense, he was as aggressive as he needed to be. And one thing I want to talk about that's not going to show up on the stat sheet, the screens were perfect. The passing was perfect. But since they only hit, I think they just hit 2 threes. So before that, since they only hit 9 threes before I press record, you're not going to see. You're not going to see his assists, or you're just not going to see his screen assists, because of course they don't show them. But as a screen assister and as an assist guy, as a playmaker, he was doing really good. He was getting everybody wide open, and that's what he needs to do. He was playing a perfect game. But Max Strus was what? Last time I checked, over 7 from 3. Doug Robinson has hit a 3. Shout out to Gabe Vincent. He has. I think Caleb Martin has just hit his first 3. Other guys just were not hitting. So that's why they were down for so long, because what they relied on to get here wasn't happening. And this is also what I told y'all. Is this going to be a series where they shoot hot or cold? And one thing I really didn't talk about, which is a big X factor, no reason how you want to put it, even though these are NBA players and these are some of the most in shape guys. I was about to say some dumb shit. These are some of the most in shape guys in the world. The atmosphere and the altitude is going to affect them, especially for the Miami Heat, who don't play in it. The Nuggets, they've been playing in it for years, especially this group who's been together for years. They get used to it. But for the Heat, who don't play in it, it's going to affect them. And you can say it's not just because how they're NBA players, but no, it's going to affect them. And you've seen it. A lot of Max Strus shots are just short. A lot of Doug Robinson shots are short. That's just how it is. It's going to be like that just because the altitude. Now, Jokic was, even right now, it's only shot 7 shots, by far the best player on the court. It was just crazy. It's just crazy. They tried to force him to be a passer, and this is why you just have to pick your poison. If you want to force him to be a passer, he's going to fuck you up. If you want to force him to be a scorer, he's going to fuck you up still. But having Bam, like, you can kind of counter it, you know what I'm saying? But like, if you want to force him to be a passer, he's going to fuck you up. I would rather him be a passer than be a scorer. I mean, I'd rather him be a scorer than be a passer, and that's crazy because he's still a top 5 scorer in the league. But the passing is just some of the best of all time. The playmaking is some of the best of all time. So I love what I've seen from him. Another thing I talked about, Michael Porter Jr.'s defense. It's crazy this game. It was crazy this game. The amount of rotation blocks. His rotations was great. Weak side blocks, that's what I was looking for. His defense, I believe, at times he was doing pretty good jobs on yeah, I don't know why I'm blinking out. Jimmy Butler at times when he got switches on to Jimmy Butler, he even got a block, a really good block on. I believe it was Gabe Vincent. He blew right by him, and then he got a recovery block. Stuff like that is stuff they're going to need from Michael Porter Jr. the rest of the series. They're up by 16 now, and I'm just happy. I'm a Michael Porter Jr. guy. I think it's the best high school player of all time. I've been pushing these narratives for the longest time, so to see it finally happen on the big stage, I'm happy to see it, and I'm happy to see that he's stepping up. I'm happy to see that he's becoming a two-way guy because he always had it. He really did. He's 6'10" with like a 7-foot wingspan. You always had it. You're not slow. You're not none of that. You're very long pause. You always had it. Other things I want to talk about Jamal Murray. I don't think I talked about him enough in my video yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. He's just top 20, top 25 guy in the league. And when it comes to the playoffs, he's damn near top 10. It's just, I don't know what it is. And it's so special to see guys like him, Jimmy, and before this playoff, Donovan Mitchell, how you just know when they get to the playoffs, it's a different monster. And even in the regular season, a little bit less on Jamal Murray, but those guys are still monsters in the regular season. But when they get to the playoffs, it's a different level. That's scary. And with Jamal Murray, he just becomes super efficient, super high volume, and super tough to guard. Even though he's like that in the regular season, other than the high volume part, he will go through a game and shoot like 12 shots in the regular season. Motherfucker will shoot 12 shots in the first quarter in the playoffs. It's something different. I love that shit. I love it. And it's all efficient. And if he's not efficient, he still want to shoot him. The confidence never lacks for him. Bruce Brown off the bench. Bruce Brown and Christian Brown off the bench. Is what an immediate spark. I remember damn near the first time he was on the court, Christian Brown damn near got a steal, then dove for the ball, but he got ruled out. Like shit like that. From a rookie. You don't expect that. But like he just knows he's a winner. 3 championships in high school, 1 in college. He just knows what to do. I talked about Spo. I told you like how you play the zone, Jokic is gonna pick it apart. And he tried to play it when Jamal Murray was not there. And I like that because I feel like Jamal Murray is a good playmaker, but I'm not going to say he struggles in his own, but that can be a good way to counter when he's doing, because he's going to kill you one-on-one either way. So playing him in zone, that's smart. But an adjustment I would make, when you play him in zone, when they ran the pick and rolls, they didn't double that much. And shout out to Jamal Murray. I think he's a good passer and a good playmaker. But when you double him, at that time they had Bam Adebayo playing. I guess that's what Jeff Green was in as a backup center. If you double him with Bam Adebayo and like whoever's on him, Caleb Martin or Gabe Vincent, I would most rather like to see him try to make passes on that double team instead of just still switching. Switching can only get you so far. And with this guy, I'm not saying he struggles with playmaking, but he's not the best of the best. So doubling him and making it hard for him, that should be the next adjustment for this team in the next game. Another thing is Jimmy Butler has to stop. Jimmy Butler, this is not a boogie, this is a nose ring. Jimmy Butler hasn't been playoff Jimmy since the first round. He had a couple flashes and a couple moments, but he hasn't been playoff Jimmy since the first round. So he has to show up. Because I would think even with the other guys not shooting well, you still got a few good points. I think he has like 15 right now from Gabe Vincent. Bam has 26. Y'all only down by 13. Like if you just showed up and play like playoff Jimmy, y'all got this. Y'all not gonna win it, but y'all will be in the game. And right now y'all trying to make a late game comeback, and this is not gonna happen. But yeah, it's a really good game. Really good game for the Nuggets. Really good game plan. Michael Porter Jr. Bad shot, but you just take away Michael Porter Jr. But yeah, the Nuggets look like they might fuck around 1-5. I'm saying 5. I ain't gonna say sweep. I gotta give the Heat at least 1 in Miami, but like the games in Ball Arena, they might not fucking. They might not win 1, but I'm excited for the rest of the series. If you still had it like 5, 6, or 7, just stick to your pick, bro. Don't just overreact. But I was already on the fence and saying like they might win in 5, so this really didn't tell me that much that I didn't know or what that I wasn't expecting going into the game. But don't change your pick. And if you I didn't say what people change their picks, but yeah, that's it for this video, man. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.